LOVs. Okay. So LOV stands for list of values. LOV stands for list of values. So when you run the form, okay, for every field it will create one text box. For employee ID, it creates one text box. For employee name, it creates one text box. For every attribute, it creates one text box. But I don't want text box. So I want a list box, drop-down list box. So then to create this drop-down list box, create LOV. Okay. So what is this is called? This is called LOV. So I want to create LOV. Okay. Then first open Vivo employees view. Open employees view. I want to create LOV for department ID. So there is a attributes, go to attributes. In the attributes, there is a department ID. Okay. So go to this employees view. There is a attribute. In the attributes, there is a department ID. For this department ID, I want to create LOV. For this department ID, I want to create LOV. So to create LOV for this department ID, so in this there is a what? List of values, LOV, list of values. So create LOV for department ID. Create LOV for department ID. Click plus symbol. And so click plus. Then so now what it is asking is, it is asking the data source. Asking the data source means what is the source? So you want to show the department IDs here, but where the department IDs are exist. Department IDs are there in departments view. What is the data source? For this department IDs, what is the data source? The data source is departments view. Okay. Then so now select this, click plus. So it is showing the list of views available, and from this list of views select what is the data source. For I'm going to create one LOV. For that LOV, the data source is departments view. The data source is departments view. Now okay, just say okay. Now next, in the departments view, so these are the attributes: department ID, department name, location, manager ID, etc. So which attribute values you want to show in the LOV? Department IDs. I want to show the department IDs. So the list attribute is department ID. So data source is departments view. Okay. Then the list attribute is department ID. But so UI purpose, I wanted to show the department names. Attribute is department ID. Just for UI, I want to show the department names. Then there is a UI hints. Go to this UI hints. Go to this UI hints. In the UI hints, so just add department name. Okay. But when you click this drop down arrow, what is displayed? Department names. But when you select one department name, what is inserted into database IDs. Just for UI purpose, we are showing the department names, but one particular department name is selected. What is inserted into database is department IDs are inserted. Now, that's all. UI ins department name. So the data source is department's view and department ID. Now, okay. Okay. Now save this. So you created one LOV for department ID. Now save this. Next one, run this. Run the application module. So jobs view, sorry, employees view. On this, see that. So for department ID, what is created is LOV is created. But I select one particular department. When you select particular department, what is inserted into database is department ID. Okay. Then. So you want me to test? Okay. Okay. For job ID also, I don't want text box. I want to create LOV for job ID. Then same procedure. So what is this? Job ID. So create LOV list of values plus, and what is the data source is? So job IDs are there in jobs view. Then click plus. So in this, select what? Jobs view. Okay. Jobs view. Okay. But what is the list attribute? List attribute is job ID. But when particular job ID is selected, but UI purpose, I wanted to show the job name. So go to UI ints, select job title. So in the list box, it will show job titles. But when you select particular job title, what is inserted into database is job IDs are inserted. Then, so list types, you can have choice list, combo box with list of values, input text with list of values, list box, radio groups, etc. Different types of drop down list box. Okay. Now save and done. Now, so select this employees view. Now see this, for job ID also LOV is created, but if you select one job shipping clerk, then what is inserted into database is IDs are inserted, because you said the list attribute is what? Job ID. So this is LOV. Now next. So one more is there. What is that is called? Dependent LOV. There are two here. One is just creating LOV and another one is dependent LOV. Creating LOV, another one dependent LOV. So, but what is this dependent LOV is? What is the dependent LOV? Then, so suppose for example, so there is a called region. Okay, then I'll create one LOV for this region. There is a called country. So I'll create a LOV for country also. Here in this, I select one region. For example, I select Europe. When you select Europe, in this I wanted to populate the countries belongs to what? Europe. If I select Asia, in this list I want to populate the countries belongs to what? Asia, like this. What this is called? The values of the second LOV depends on the values selected in the first LOV. The values populated into second LOV depends on the values selected in the first LOV. So this is called what? Dependent LOV. So I select one country. I want to populate the list of states belongs to the country. I select one state. I want to populate the list of cities belongs to that state. Like this. Then so this is called dependent LOV. So list of values populated into second LOV depends on values selected in the first LOV. Now, so let's see this. So what I'm doing is, so I'm creating one view. I'm creating one view object, but what I'm creating is I'm creating a transient view. Okay, so like I'm creating a what? Transient view. Transient view. What is the transient view? Is the view which is not based on EVO. Vivo, which is not based on EVO and not based on query. Vivo, which is not based on EVO and not based on query, is called transient Vivo. I'll create one transient Vivo. Then let's see this. So select model, right click, new. So in ADF business components, select view object. Select view object. Next what? OK. Select view object. OK. Then so just I'm just giving one name of this view object. Just give the name of the view object. Suppose something region, countries, TVO. Region, countries, TVO. Okay, na? View object name. So if you select this first option, then it is updatable. If you select the second option, then it is read only. But I want transient Vivo. This is updatable Vivo. This is read only Vivo. But I want transient Vivo. So then to create transient Vivo, select the third option. Rows populated programmatically, not based on a query. Rows populated programmatically, not based on a query. So select the third option. Then next. So to this, add two attributes. I'll add two attributes to this one. One is region ID, another one country ID. I'll add two attributes. So click new. So attribute name is region ID. So the data type of this attribute is, okay, let's go and check in the database what is the data type of region ID. Not only database, you can also check in ADF. Okay, then so user is HR now. There is a call regions. So what is the region ID is number. So take what? Integer. Take integer. So region ID. You are creating a transient VO. When you are creating transient VO, by default the updatable is set to what? Never. But set this updatable to what? Always. Because if you set this to never, you cannot select the IDs. You cannot select the region. So this list box will be disabled. When it is disabled, you cannot select the item. So then to select the item, you need to enable it. To enable it, you need to set this updatable to what? Always. Okay. So set the updatable to always. Now next. That's all. Just you are creating one attribute, the attribute name and the type of the attribute, and set this updatable to what? Always. Next. Okay. Next, create one more attribute. I want two. One for region, another for what? Country. So next, country ID something. So even this also set the updatable to what? Always. Okay. So just created two attributes. One is region ID, another one what? Country ID. Okay. Then next. So see what it is saying is transient. These attributes are what? Transient attributes. Next. Then next. So leave it. Now I don't want to generate any classes for this. So we'll generate the classes later for customizing. Next. So do you want to add this view object to the application module? Okay. Like otherwise we can also add later. After creating this view object also we can add this view object to the application module. Next. Click what? Finish. Then now. So there are two attributes in this VO. One is region ID, another one what? Country ID. Create LOV for region ID and create LOV for what? Country ID. You create two LOVs, one for region, one for what? Countries. But regions, okay, regions, what is the data source for region ID? Whenever you create LOV now, so it will ask what is the data source. What is the data source for region is regions view. What is the data source for countries? Countries view. Okay. Then so for this actually what you need to have is for this application. So first create one regions view. Create one what? Countries view. Next create what? Transient view. In this transient view take these two attributes. One is region, another one what? Country ID. But we have regions view, already we have countries view, and okay, now directly I created transient view. But if not there, then first you have to create this one, because at the time of creating the LOV for this region ID, it will ask the data source. The data source should be regions view. For this, the data source is what? Countries view. Okay. Then so and also so then which countries the second LOV should be populated with which countries? The countries belongs to a region which is selected in the first LOV. Yes or no? Then now after creating this, now you created all these three. Then next go to countries view. So edit the query as follows. Go to countries view, edit the query as follows. If you go to the countries view, then It can be RVO also, no problem, because we are using this VO just for populating what LOV. It can be read only, it can be updatable, no problem. Even it is RVO also, you can edit the query. Don't think that only updatable VO's query can be edited. Even if it is read only also, you can edit the query. Editing the query means nothing but adding the where clause. Okay, is read only view cannot contain where clause? No, it can contain. Yes or no? Then, so now let's see this. So go to what? Countries view. So regions view is already there. Regions view is already there. Next one, countries view. So in the countries view, go to the query. This is the query. Modify the query. So click what? Edit. Edit SQL query. Okay, then. So then in this, add the where clause. Then see this, where what? Region underscore ID equal to colon what? B region ID. Where region ID equal to colon B region ID. What is this colon B region ID? It's a bind variable. Okay. So whatever the value is passed to this bind variable, and this VO returns the list of countries belongs to that region. The value passed to this bind variable is Europe, then returns list of countries belongs to the Europe. The value passed to this bind variable is Asia, then returns list of countries belongs to the Asia. That's how. Okay. Then customizing VO in such a way that so it should return list of countries belongs to particular region. Now, so okay. So and plus you are using a bind variable in query, but you need to declare this bind variable. Yes. So how to declare this? Bind variables plus. You are using a bind variable, but you have to tell what is the data type of this bind variable, whether it is integer or string. So you have to declare this bind variable. So plus, and what the bind variable name is? B region ID, and data type is integer. Okay, then. So create the bind variable. Okay. So now you go to the countries view and you modify the query. Then so plus declare the bind variable. Then next. Okay. So now go to this transient VO. Go to the transient VO. In the transient VO, there are two attributes. One is region ID and another one is what? Country ID. Then so create LOV for region ID. Create LOV for region ID and select this region ID, list of values. So click plus. Okay. Then so then what it is asking? Data source. What is the data source for this? Where the region IDs are there? Regions view. So click plus. Then regions view. Okay. Okay, then next one, list attribute. List attribute is what? Region ID. List attribute is region ID. But for UI purpose, I wanted to show the region name. Then go to what? UI ints. In the UI ints, so what? Select this region name. So region name is added to this. Okay. Then so now similarly, country ID also. Country ID. So country ID is what? So country ID, what is the data type of country ID is? Describe what countries. Okay, country ID is character, no problem. String, we have taken string type. So create LOV for country ID. So click plus. Click plus. Then So create the data source, add the data source. So what is the data source where the country IDs are there? Countries view. So click plus symbol. Next, countries view. Then next, OK. Sorry. So click plus symbol. You are added countries view. Yes or no? But this view contains a bind variable, no? This view contains a bind variable. But it should not return all the countries. It should return only the countries belongs to particular region. So that's why we declared one bind variable. We need to set the value for the bind variable. So then to set the value for the bind variable, so go to edit. Sir, followed? Okay. So this countries view contains a bind variable. Before executing this countries view, you need to set the value for the bind variable. So then go to edit. Go to edit. So go to edit. Then, so in this there is a bind variable B region ID. So this is the data type, and just give the value for this one. What is the value? The value selected in the first LOV. What is the first LOV name is? First LOV name means attribute name. What the attribute name is? Region ID. That's all. So what this attribute, this is the attribute name. This returns what? The selected value. If the selected value is Europe, region ID returns what? Europe. If the selected value is Asia, then returns what? Asia. So to this bind variable, you are passing the selected value in the first LOV. So that now the VO executes and VO returns the list of countries belongs to a particular region. Now next, OK. Apply this, next, OK. OK. So what is the list attribute? I want the list attribute to be country ID. But for UI purpose, I wanted to show what? Country name. So just go to this UI ints, select the country name, add the country name. So click what? OK. Click OK. Then save it. Next, run. Sorry, I think I have not added this. I created the VO, but I have not added this VO to the application module. So when you not add this to the application module, at runtime you won't see this. Like, is there any transient VO? Okay, na? Then it's not added to this application module. So then, so open this application module, go to data model. For adding any VO after creating, then go to data model. So then go to data model. So actually I don't want all this, like I don't want all, I want only one VO. Yeah, so select this one like this. I just added only this VO. Okay, na? Then save it. Now run the application module. It is there in the application module, but at runtime you won't see this. It is there. We have only one, like this one. Okay, now so click plus symbol. So when you click plus symbol, so then there added Europe, Asia, Americas, etc. Select Europe. Then go and see this list of countries belongs to what? Europe. Yes, list of countries belongs to Europe. Suppose I'll select what? Asia, then it will show the list of countries belongs to Asia. Okay, so what this is called? This is called dependent.